Welcome back to Latest Cars International, where we dive deep into the most iconic and memorable vehicles in automotive history. Today we're turning our attention to one of the most luxurious, powerful, and stylish American coupes of the late 1960s, the 1969 Lincoln Mark III, a car that wasn't just built to compete, it was built to dominate. In the world of personal luxury coupes, this was Lincoln's statement piece. A car that shouted success and refinement without ever raising its voice. The Mark III combined elegance, power, and presence in a way few cars could match, making it an undeniable icon of the era. The 1969 Lincoln Mark III was introduced at a time when the personal luxury car market was booming. Cadillac had its Eldorado, and Lincoln needed an answer. Something that could not only rival it, but redefine the expectations of the segment. The Mark III wasn't simply a continuation of Lincoln's legacy. It was the start of a whole new design philosophy. This car had one job: to be the most stylish and luxurious. Two-door coupe in America, and it delivered in spades. Let's start with the exterior. The Mark III's styling was nothing short of spectacular for 1969. Lincoln took a long, low, and wide stance, draped it in clean, elegant lines, and added just enough ornamentation to signal prestige without falling into gaudiness. At over 19 feet long, this was a car that made an entrance. The front end was dominated by its distinctive, bright grille, a design cue inspired by classic Rolls-Royce styling, which gave the Mark III a sense of dignity and authority the moment you laid eyes on it. Flanked by concealed headlamps, the grille sat proudly between sharp, squared-off fenders, creating an unmistakable face that was both commanding and graceful. The headlight doors opened and closed smoothly, a feature that not only looked sleek, but protected the lenses when not in use. The hood stretched long and flat, hinting at the power waiting underneath, while the subtle creases running down its length guided your eyes to the Lincoln emblem at the very tip. The front bumper integrated neatly into the design, with chrome accents adding just the right amount of shine, moving along the sides. The Mark III carried itself with the proportions of a true luxury grand tourer. The long hood and short rear deck created that classic coupe silhouette, while the roofline flowed elegantly into the rear fenders. The vinyl-covered roof, available in several colors, added a touch of sophistication and contrasted beautifully against the glossy paintwork. Chrome trim ran along the window surrounds, rocker panels, and wheel arches, catching the light. In all the right places, the fender skirts at the rear gave the car a smooth, uninterrupted line from front to back, reinforcing its refined character. At the rear, the Mark III's styling was clean and deliberate. A full-width chrome bumper sat beneath thin, horizontal taillights that emphasized the car's width. The spare tire hump on the trunk lid, a throwback to the Continental models of the 1950s, was perhaps the most distinctive element of the design, setting the Mark III apart from anything else on the road. The Lincoln script badge in discreet Continental star emblems reminded you of the brand's prestige, while dual exhaust tips hinted at the performance capability hidden beneath all that luxury. Every exterior detail on the Mark III was carefully considered to project elegance and authority. From its polished chrome accents to its substantial proportions, the 1969 Lincoln Mark III wasn't just a car you drove, it was a statement you made. Even standing still, it exuded confidence, looking like it was ready to glide effortlessly down a wide boulevard or pull up to the most exclusive event in town. Now, let's talk about performance, because the Mark III was not all show and no go. Lincoln equipped it with Ford's powerful 460 cubic inch V8 engine, a big block powerhouse delivering 365 horsepower and a massive 500 pound-feet of torque. This was serious muscle for a luxury coupe, giving the Mark III strong acceleration despite its size and weight. Mated to a smooth 3-speed automatic transmission, the V8 provided effortless, quiet cruising at highway speeds and an abundance of low-end torque for city driving. This wasn't a car built for sharp cornering or aggressive track performance. That wasn't the point. The Mark III's mission was to deliver smooth, refined, and commanding power in every situation. On the road, the Mark III's ride was exceptionally composed, thanks to its heavy-duty suspension tuned for comfort. It soaked up bumps and imperfections with ease, gliding over rough pavement like it wasn't even there. The power steering was light and easy to handle, perfect for maneuvering such a large car without stress, while the power brakes provided confident stopping ability. Acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour took around 8 seconds, which was very respectable for a luxury coupe of its era weighing over 4,800 pounds. More importantly, the Mark III could cruise at 70 or 80 miles per hour all day long without breaking a sweat, delivering the kind of long-distance comfort that made it ideal for cross-country trips. The exhaust note was subdued. As Lincoln engineered, the Mark III for quiet sophistication rather than aggressive growl. Inside the cabin, road noise was minimal, allowing passengers to converse in hushed tones even at highway speeds. This was a car that prioritized the comfort and experience of its occupants, letting them enjoy the journey as much as the destination fuel economy. As you might expect from a large V8 luxury coupe of the late 60s, wasn't its strong suit. You could expect somewhere in the range of 10 to 12 miles per gallon, depending on driving conditions. But buyers in 1969 weren't overly concerned about fuel costs. They wanted prestige, comfort, and effortless performance, and the Mark III delivered all three in abundance. Now let's step inside for a brief interior review, because the Mark III's cabin was every bit as luxurious as its exterior suggested. Lincoln spared no expense in crafting an interior that exuded comfort, style, and craftsmanship. Opening the wide, heavy doors, you were greeted by plush leather seating available in a wide range of colors, all carefully stitched and generously padded. The front seats were broad and supportive, offering power adjustments so you could find the perfect driving position. The rear seats, while slightly less spacious due to the coupe body style, were still comfortable enough for adult passengers. On longer trips, the dashboard design was both elegant and functional. Rich wood grain accents ran across the width of the dash, framing clear, easy-toured gauges. The instrument cluster featured a speedometer, fuel gauge, and various warning lights, while additional controls for climate, lighting, and wipers were thoughtfully placed within easy reach. The steering wheel was large and comfortable to grip, the Lincoln emblem proudly displayed at its center. Amenities were plentiful for 1969. Power windows, power locks, and air conditioning were standard, or available options as were features like an AM/FM radio with an optional 8-track player. The cabin was insulated to a high degree, ensuring that outside noise was kept to a minimum. Thick carpeting, quality materials, and attention to detail created an atmosphere of quiet luxury, making every drive a special occasion, even small touches, like the feel of the door handles, the smooth action of the window switches, and the weight of the controls spoke to the Mark III's quality. It wasn't just a car you sat in, it was a place you wanted to be, a mobile sanctuary from the outside world. What made the 1969 Lincoln Mark III truly special was how it blended its attributes into a single, cohesive package. Well, this wasn't just a luxury car with a big engine, nor was it simply a stylish coupe. It was an automobile that combined presence, comfort, and performance in equal measure. It had the refinement to impress at the country club, the power to handle long-distance interstate travel with ease, the kind of styling that still turns heads more than 5 decades later. In terms of market positioning, the Mark III was priced competitively against the Cadillac Eldorado, yet it offered a distinct character all its own. While the Eldorado was front-wheel drive and leaned more toward futuristic styling, Mark III stuck with a traditional rear-wheel drive layout and a more classic design language. Lincoln understood that their buyers valued timeless elegance over trend-driven shapes, and the Mark III delivered exactly that. Collectors today appreciate the Mark III not only for its beauty and performance, but also for its significance in Lincoln's history. It marked the beginning of the Continental Mark series that would run for decades, setting the standard for personal luxury coupes in the Lincoln lineup. Well-maintained examples are sought after, especially those with original features and rare color combinations. They're not just cars. They're rolling pieces of American automotive heritage. Driving a 1969 Lincoln Mark III today is an experience that takes you back to a time when cars were built to make a statement. The way the long hood stretches out ahead of you, the smooth surge of torque from the big V8, the hushed quiet of the cabin. It's all part of the charm. It's not a car that encourages you to rush. Instead, it invites you to relax, enjoy the ride, and appreciate the craftsmanship that went into every inch of its design, from its stately exterior to its refined performance and plush interior. The 1969 Lincoln Mark III remains one of the most impressive and memorable luxury coupes of its era. It was a car for people who had arrived in life, a rolling symbol of success and sophistication. More than 50 years later, it still holds that aura, proving that true